Alright folks, Mr. Case 88, we are back playing Criminal Case on Facebook. Let's head on to the last case of the District of Old Town. Case number 24, called The Truth Hurts. I tend to recognize who the bad guy is here. Hey Ace, when we first heard of the Higher Truth, I dismissed them as a bunch of weirdos. And after all, we're talking about some cult that worships the satellite that fell in the forest like it's some kind of divine messenger. It didn't take us long to figure out that the leader, Stephen Crow, is actually after his cult members' money. Except now, thanks to Gabriel infiltrating the cult, we also know Crow intends for everyone to commit mass suicide in 2 days. Ace, we need to step in and stop Stephen Crow now. Indeed, Gabriel just sent a message. The Higher Truth has a booth in Old Town's annual New Age Fair, and Stephen Crow himself is there. They probably intend to recruit a few more people before what they call the release. Well, there's not a second to lose, Ace. We need to go to the fair. Whoa. So, for all you guys, apologize for not being here last week. A quick update for those of you guys who are not in the know necessarily. But, I had... my two little kids were very, very sick. And one of them got better, but the other one just got better yesterday. So it was very difficult for me to get anything really done. Oh, Gabriel could be the killer. That'd be crazy. Hey, Dragon, what's up? My goodness, Ace, that's Steven, but he's dead. And judging from the way he's been stabbed through the eyes with his own earrings, this was definitely not suicide. He's been murdered. So much for arresting him for inciting his followers to commit mass suicide. Someone got him before we could. But what's going to happen with the release now? You're right, our priority is to make sure the cult doesn't go ahead with it. We need to talk to Gabriel about all this. We could also use some clues. Hopefully that cardboard box will contain one. Let's dig in. Ace, we thought arresting Stephen Crow would finally give us the answers we seek about the cult, but now we'll have to find answers to solving his murder. Let's get to work. Yikes. Anyways, guys, I gotta grab some stars. See you guys later. It's been Pitching Ace 88. Over and out. Alright folks, Pitching Ace 88, we are back. Let's speak with Gabriel about this. Ace, what's going on? Why'd you call me to the office? This will blow my cover with the Higher Truth. Your cover doesn't matter really anymore. Stephen Crow's murdered at the New Age Fair. Wait, what? Stephen Crow's been murdered? That confirms you didn't know. Well, no, I wasn't at the fair. I was at the cult headquarters trying to convince people to leave before the release. Well, speaking of that, how are people reacting to the idea of committing suicide? Was anyone violent? Not really, no. Most people were surprisingly okay with the idea, which just shows how much Stephen's nonsense got to them. How about Stephen's second-in-command, Grayson Rosewater? We need to go talk to him. I haven't seen him all day. He often leaves on cult business. Nobody knows where he goes. Well, Ace, I need to get back to let everyone know about Stephen's murder. Make sure the plans for the release are put on hold. Can you give me a head start? I'd like to keep my cover for as long as I can. It's easier for the cult members to trust me if they think I'm still one of them. Alright, you go ahead. Ace and I will take a look outside the headquarters for now. There we go. Ace, there's a bloody bracelet in that cardboard box. We need to get to this lab stat. I find it hard to believe Gabriel would do something like that. He's a little too cerebral. So this is the Higher Truth headquarters. This place looks so peaceful. It's hard to imagine people were planning or preparing to commit mass suicide inside those walls. And Ace, I see you found a bunch of chunks of wood. Well, this could be helpful, I guess. We'll know for sure once you piece it together. And that's a badge for the entrance to the New Age Fair. This could give us a new suspect. Let's look this woman up in the database. Is that a wooden carving of the Higher Truth logo? It looks handmade. Good eye. Whoever made this carved their name on the sculpture, but the bottom is broken off. Time to put your deciphering skills to the test, Ace. Alright, so does she look familiar? She looks somewhat familiar to me. Yep, Miko Kato. Nice. According to the database, the woman on that badge is a certain Miko Kato. It says here she's the mother of Haruki Kato, the boy who killed his best friend because he wanted money for the Higher Truth. So his mother went to the Higher Truth headquarters. I agree, we better bring Miss Kato in. Yeah, I recognize the name. No, what everyone really needs is everyone needs an in and out in their location. Oh, Sister Sky, there we go. This wooden carving was made by a certain Sister Sky. Do we know any cult member that by name Sky is? Well, you're right. Sky could be short for Skylar, as in Skylar Sage. You met her when you investigated the murder of that archaeologist. This could be the occasion to see firsthand how the cultists reacted to the leader's death. Let's go talk to Miss Sage. Yeah, honestly, that's the only fast food that the missus and I will eat anymore. Because the other stuff just doesn't make us feel good now that we've been on a health kick. But In-N-Out is phenomenal, especially their protein style. Hey, Miss Kato, we know that you went to the New Age Fair in the headquarters of the Higher Truth. What were you hoping to do at these places? Would you mind if I smoke? These clove cigarettes are the only thing that keep me up these days. Well, this is a non-smoking area, Miss Kato. Please, tell us about your visit to the Higher Truth. Well, that was such a waste of time. I wanted to try and understand what my son had seen in this cult. I've been visiting him in jail every day since he was arrested. I talk and talk to him, but I still do not understand what drove him to kill his best friend. Did your visit to the cult help in any way? Did you talk to the leader, Stephen Crow? I saw him at the fair, but everything he said sounded like nonsense to me. As I said, it was a waste of time. Why are you asking me all this? Because he was murdered. Murdered? Well, I don't mean to sound callous, but maybe at least this means no other mother will have to go through what I've gone through. Clove cigarettes, definitely a clue. You know what's also a clue? She's crazy. But she could easily be the murderer. Welcome, friends. Have you finally decided to join the Higher Truth? Well, no, Miss Sage, and I doubt anyone else will join again. Stephen Crow has been killed. Oh, killed? Our fearless and peerless leader is gone already? Oh, what does it mean for the rest of us? Will the release still happen? Was he the only one found worthy? Wait, Miss Sage, did you hear me? Stephen Crow didn't take his own life. He was murdered. Well, the Higher Truth works in mysterious ways, Great Ace. I need to go. I must warn the others. Our leader is gone. Brother. Well, Ace, I don't know what I've been expecting. We're done here. Let's go. Crazy. Ace, the blood in the bracelet you sent me was indeed the victim's. But in addition to the blood spatter, I also found fluid from the victim's eyes. This proves that the killer was wearing the bracelet at the time of the murder. Evidently they're not wearing it anymore. Any chance this bracelet tells us something about them? Well, without Gabriel here to help me, this took me a little bit longer, but I've managed to figure out these bracelets are worn by people who meditate. They use it to either count mantra repetitions or breath, which means that your killer meditates. Ah, so we have meditating killer. Looks like they premeditate too. Ace, I've seen quite a few crimes against fashion when I was a model, but I've never seen someone use earrings as a murder weapon before. Yeah, I still can't believe anyone would do that. That's so brutal. Brutal and effective, the earrings pierced Stephen's brain, killing him instantly. However, bruising on the forehead also shows your killer first subdued Stephen by hitting him over the head, probably with something blunt and heavy. Well, duly noted. We'll keep an eye out for a blunt, heavy object. Did you find anything else? Yeah, there were traces of powdered sugar and cake-like crumbs on the murder weapon. Seems that your killer is a fan of powdered sugar donuts. Not bad taste. I'm surprised their murderous rage left them any appetite. Anyway, the killer better chomp down on these donuts while they can. They won't get any in prison. Nope. Wow, Ace, we started out preparing to arrest Stephen Crow to prevent the cult's planned suicide, and we ended up investigating his murder instead. Understandably, Sky Sage is in a state. The loss of her enlightened leader has deeply shaken her. Meanwhile, Miko Kato, understandably, had no tears to shed for the cult leader because of what they did to her son. At least Gabriel was nowhere near our crime scene. He was really busy trying to convince the cult members to leave before the release. Speaking of Gabriel, Ace, he's on hold for you. Hey, is everything alright? Ace, you need to get back to the headquarters. Grayson Rosewater has returned. Dun dun dun. Alright guys, I'll see you guys in chapter 2. It's been Genius 88. Over and out.